A video emerged this week of a South African political leader at a huge rally calling for the murder of white South Africans, the Boers, descendants of Dutch settlers. Take a look.
Shoot to kill, Hamaza, kill the Boer, the farmer, kill the Boer, the farmer, brr, pa, pa, brr, pa, pa. Attention.
That wasn't a clip from Glastonbury. That man is Julius Malema, leader of the left-wing Economic Freedom Fighters, the third largest party in South Africa, but growing in popularity and likely to be kingmakers at the next election. Elon Musk, who's from South Africa, spoke out accusing Malema of calling for white genocide, but the response from the media has been silence. Can you imagine The Guardian ignoring a white politician calling for black people to be killed? Or worse than silence, the New York Times interviewed Bongani Kalunga, an academic at the University of Johannesburg, who said that the phrase "kill the Boer" is not meant to promote violence. It was a call to mobilise against an oppressive system, Mr. Kalunga said. Except genocide against white South Africans is real. Following Malema's incendiary speech, it was revealed that a 79-year-old white farmer had been killed and his wife savagely beaten. But it's not just white South Africans who will suffer. Zimbabwe is next door and shows where this violent rhetoric can lead. In 1980, the left-wing politician Robert Mugabe took control of a Zimbabwe recently freed from British rule. Zimbabwe should have been a shining African success story. Good infrastructure, fertile soil and well-run farms meant it was the breadbasket of Africa, with a strong economy thanks to its exports of maize, cotton, beef, tobacco, sugarcane and roses, the flowers, not the sweets. For a while, everything was fine, but faltering support led Mugabe to pursue racially divisive politics, whipping up hate against white farmers, just like Julius Malema is doing now in South Africa. Mugabe said, "If white settlers just took the land from us without paying for it, we can just take it from them without paying for it." The thing is, most farmers had bought their farms after independence, so the titles to the land weren't issued by evil colonial Brits who had stolen the land, but by Mugabe's own government. It didn't matter. The rule of law was out of the window. Mugabe's armed militia, many of them veterans from Zimbabwe's civil war, killed and terrorised white farmers and seized their land. Of the 4,000 commercial farms in Zimbabwe, all but 500 were seized. And instead of being given to the people, as Mugabe had promised, they were divvied up between Mugabe's family, political cronies and military men. They turned out to be terrible farmers. Crops died in the field, production collapsed. They killed the cattle for food and ate the seeds for the next year's crop. Farm equipment was sold for scrap metal. If you think we've got it bad, Zimbabwenomics was something else. Inflation hit 79.6 billion% month on month. Good luck for anybody with a tracker mortgage. People starved, and a country that used to export millions of tons of food became dependent on charity. Killing white people turned out to be bad for black people too. It looks like South Africa could be heading in the same direction. Inequality is worse than under apartheid. Unemployment is at a staggering 33%. The poor governance and corruption that plague other parts of Africa are now rampant in South Africa. The ruling party, the ANC, the party of Nelson Mandela, is tearing itself apart as its support crumbles. With soaring food prices, power cuts and violent crime, the country is a fertile ground for a vicious demagogue like Julius Malema to bring about white genocide and reduce his country to dust and bones.